Let's go, dude. All right. Uh, nice, nice, nice. All right. Oh, we finally hit Mythic. Holy. These are so cool. Hey, Jose. How's it going? Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I got to Mythic. I'm not lying. Target creature. Target creature, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Target creature, blah, blah, blah. Ouch. Ouchie. Thank you. Thank you. You can see over here on the left, I'm mythic. Oh, and then I died. Now I don't even care if I lose. I'm mythic now. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't even matter at all. Nothing matters anymore, and it's wonderful. Ugh. We got there. Now we can chill. Now we can actually play the game. Experiment with new decks. Do all sorts of stuff. How was your Christmas? Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Easy. Easy. What's up, Block? How you doing? You rented little bitch. Dub Ferda. How's your Christmas, Lock? Would be for mom's B-day. Your mom's birthday's the day after Christmas? Damn. Talk about holidays. Good food, good drinking, good people, all around good time. Hell yeah, dude. Sounds awesome. Karen on Monday? Jeez. Busy December. What do we got? Got some Jeskai something going on here? All right. Got enough. Got to mute. Watching Chancy. Good luck. Have fun. Hey, thanks for hopping into the stream. Glad you had a good Christmas. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stranger Things and shit. We're watching that too. Probably gonna watch an episode tonight. Joke. $13. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for the follow, Max. What's up? Okay, removing it's totally fine. Kill the needlehead. I mean, next turn we're probably either just playing the second case or getting a land. Roku. He's playing big red. Kind of. Yeah, we go for the land because otherwise he can just Hellkite. Maybe we should have held the color so that way next turn he plays the Hellkite. Hits us for 4, and then we can color kill Hellkite. So now we don't really get to double spell, but kill this. Another legend, of course. Play the Needlehead. So if he plays the Needlehead, what we can do on upkeep is Bitter Triumph the Needlehead. And then just Tragic the Roku. But not drawing lands means we probably lose here, especially because he's just had so much card advantage with the Roku. Like if we were able to get a couple more lands here, it'd be different. We'd have some cases out, maybe, but as it stands, he's going to have another Roku flip. We don't have any removal for that. Viper hurts us really bad with that. Yeah, so we cast anything and we're just dead. Nice. Yeah, he had a really good draw. Double Roku, just catapulted him way ahead of us. An aggressive start. I don't love it though. Is it blood pits? Blood pits tap and then Kaito. Such a good line for that deck. I do have the Bitter Triumph for Kaito, so it's not too bad. It doesn't have Kaito. It's good for us at least. Sure. Kaito's gonna come in with what's it called anyway? Hexproof. So there's no reason to hold up Bitter Triumph. We won't be able to use it. Ideally, we draw a land so we can play Case, and then... Well, ideally, he swings and plays Kaito this turn. We'll do, what, 4 damage to us and draw a card. Plays Cecil. Looks like he just doesn't have Kaito in hand. No land. You get countered, or like Tishana's triggered or something. No Tishana. Got another Flood Pits or something. Guess not. Oh, okay. Interesting.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
Fine. We got the Triumph. Just discard. So I guess it's better to just Triumph the Cecil, and then we can swing at Kaito.
I'm really not used to losing.
Could be holding up the cat. Play a Case. I mean, cat, he just starts getting to draw 2 cards every turn with the 2 flyers. But can't really stop that. Okay, Essence Scatter's pretty fine. Especially on that guy. Okay, we'll get our case solved at least. Yeah, honestly, something to cast next turn. I mean, maybe we just cast Sephiroth. We're gonna go to 5, at least. Those our token. Got 1 card left. Don't really want to do this quite yet. I mean, if it's a drowner, we're still not dead. We would take 4. So I think we just double attack here. If it's a cat, we're dead. Which maybe was a reason to hold up the 3-2. Doesn't seem like it is. Siren. Okay, so he can map one of his fairies. Do 3 damage to us. Another Siren.
My cabbages! It's the gorgeous! Yip yip! Yip yip!
So he has to block here. But we'll just hit the color. Okay. We don't do anything then, and now we just lose. I guess it was maybe better to just swing here. He had to block. But now he gets to, yeah, he draws a Siren. Fortunately, there's just no way out there. Fortunately. A little bit more removal in the draw would have been good. We drew like 3 of our cases, and that card's like good on 2, but like don't really want to see it a million times early. Not when we're up against that matchup. Period question mark. Here, hopefully we draw a land, place an elf. I mean, if he just goes elf into Badger Mole, it's pretty rough. So take care of him. Okay. I think we'll just play a corpses. But now a Badger Mole here is pretty scary. You can just like Badger Mole into some crazy shit, or if he just has like a Ouroboros here, doesn't. Let's play the case. And then we'll just swing with our dudes. Appa enters. It's permanents you control. Guess he just doesn't know how to play this deck. I guess we're gonna kill Appa for sure. We just Aang here. Yeah. What does he hit? It's his Aang. Bounces his other Aang. We'll play another case, and he has to block here. He can only block the 3/2 over there. We'll play the Saboteur. Also has Menace. Bramble Familiar. Okay. But 3 life. So we can... He has to double block 3 things, which doesn't work for him. So we can just make this a thing and then put a counter on his elf. Yeah, he needs 6 blockers just to block the menace guys. It takes 3 no matter what. Pretty good. Yeah, those guys have menace. Alright. Ace menace. I think he probably, like, actually could have beat us there. Maybe. I don't think he knew what he was doing with that deck, though. Don't think he knew what he was doing. 3 cases. I mean, it's aggro as hell. Press. And take one of the 3 cases. Yeah, more where that came from. Sure. It's fine. You can play his 4/4. Nope, can't play it quite yet. Stock up. On our turn, we can timeline color. Swing for 4. And then Sephiroth. Hit the color here. Your farts smell bad? Jesus. Oh. GG. Good lord. I'm not reading that comment out loud. That's no way. Oh, you got the sick farts, man. I feel bad for Rachel. Okay, the Saboteur and a Swamp. Swamp Forest. Okay, Badgerbull gets to die. Mm. Nice. Very nice. I don't know what the percents mean when you're in Mythic. I gotta look that up. I got no clue. Let me check it out here. MTG Arena Mythic numbers. Mythic rank percentage mean? Exactly. Oh, okay. So getting to 100% means you get to the leaderboard, the Mythic leaderboard. I see, I see. Allies, very cool. Very dead. Guess I could have held that. Played a little early. Great Divide Guide. So we'll play the color so that next turn we can Sephiroth hit the color. And they've got a big turn here, probably. Like, what, 8 mana available? He's got haste on his allies. Double counters, bunch of counters. It's 11, 15, 18. So we have to block something. Oh, but then he's going to get a million counters on his stuff. Oh, wait, what? Oh, because it happens twice. Don't know. It's 11, 14, 17, 20. Okay. So if we just block the 6 with the color, We take 5, 8, 11, 14. We have 7. Ace is dead, huh? Or 7, 9, 10. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, dude, I have 69 followers. That's crazy. That's crazy. Put him to 1. Block these 2. Or kill 1. Good if you do that. There you go. Don't want to take it back yet. We have another corpses. If we go land, we can just color corpses. He's probably got lightning helixes, right? He has to. The deck definitely runs lightning helix for sure. Survivor. Um, yeah, I mean, he's got something, right? Jock. Card. Has to double block. Okay, solve our case. Now we can just double warp. Okay. Very nice. That's a cool deck. It's a really cool deck that he had. I mean, I don't know how good it is. But this sticking around is so unlikely. But having shock and stuff deal damage, I don't know. Seems like it could be rough. He needed to kill the one that didn't have menace, or the one that did have menace. Sorry, you need to kill the one that had menace and then block the 3/2 with his 2/1, and then he still would have had his Tali Joaquin on the board. But next turn we had I don't know. I guess next turn we had like sack the case, depending on what we drew. Could have got a land, could have got like a tragic trajectory to kill Tali Joaquin, and then we could bounce our cases back to our hand and just keep playing cases over and over again. One mana hand doesn't feel like it's going to cut it. Maybe Saboteur. Land is good. High Noon. Voice of Victory. Well, we could just pay 3 life. Got some for 1 mana. Team Rip on the case, huh? Yeah, makes sense. I can't do anything about that. Play another case, I guess. Like Jeskai control with High Noon. Yeah, just play the color. Sure, I mean, we still get to... Oh, I guess High Noon means we can't, but... Swing for 4. Pass the color. Okay. Sure. Make this a creature. Can't block the 2/1s. Has to block the 3/3. Or block nothing. Yeah, those have haste. Voice of Victory. Play the color. Bounces one of those. Yep. And then we'll just animate our land. Is 7 damage on us right now with the High Noon dealing 5. If he wants to cast that, but or activate that ability, but yeah, just had too much pressure. Too much pressure. Too much pressure. Yeah, Skeleton aggro is fun as hell, man. What the fuck? This shit's so good. Yeah, we'll keep the stab for any turn 1 plays. Now we can timeline color since he didn't turn 1 play. Yeah, fine to play this if he wants to counter it. Or a lightning helix or something. Yeah, I'll swing for 2. Cast our miner. Cast our case. He counters that, has to pay a life for it. And swing for 4. Cast the Saboteur. Maybe he has a Day of Judgment or an Ultima here. Goes for inevitable defeat on that. Okay, sure. He doesn't have to discard a card because it doesn't matter. And we just get to swing at him for 4 again. I mean, I'll cast Corpse of the Lost, force him to do something. Okay, Lost is fine. Can pump one of these guys. Sure. Color. Don't need that. Swing 5. I got like a star charts here, yep. I mean, even if he gets like a board clear, we can still pull her into Sephiroth. Flanker. He's gonna gain some life. Sure. Scry 2. We can stab. Bring back the miner. Another flanker. We will kill that one as well. He gains more life, does more scrying. Takes 5. Basically has to be a board clear here. Or like a couple helixes or something. Inevitable defeat. We'll go for 4. Then we can Sephiroth. Sack the miner. Bring back the miner. Have a defeat on a Sephiroth. Okay, we'll go with a color here. Number 6. G. %97 mythic. Okay. Working our way up towards the leaderboards. Pretty good hand. Lightning, discards, fleeting effigy, Ember Heart. We'll just play corpses. Go for 5. It's a burst lightning. Hopefully we draw, if we draw like the warp guy or the miner, Forsaken Miner would be sick. Burst lightning face. Just trying to race, I guess. We'll just go ahead and swing here for both. And then what we'll do is sack the skeleton Sephiroth. And that way we can Get rid of the champion. I mean, if he just has like the flyer into like a pump spell into a fling, what are you gonna do, you know? Double show off. Don't sacrifice. He just needs pump spell fling still, I think, but he could still win that way. Another show off. I think with another show off, I don't think there's anything you can do because they would be like get +3 or +2, so they'd be 3 2s, and then the max you could do would be like 9, I think. Sort of can't attack with either show off if he doesn't have anything in hand. He needs to be able to block both. Really want to draw something we could sack. Not quite something we can sack. Decline. Has to block both. I'll pump the show off. Okay, and then manifest dread. Cool. Nice. Got him. 98% mythic. Yeah, video this weekend. Probably more like Sunday, Saturday. I've still got some Christmas stuff to do with my family. But I think Sunday I'm gonna do a video on this deck. This is the deck that got me to Mythic. Feels really, really strong. Hmm. Maybe I should be holding Cecil back to block here. Force him to have to remove it. He's gonna get double strike on his guy. Yeah, because now he can shelter the Cecil. Shelter Cecil and hold up Shard Mage's Rescue is so fucking brutal. Okay. There's a 4/3. He's gonna get double strike and probably be at least 5/4. Draw a card. Or get another land. So you kind of have to hold up Cecil. I guess we could have a swung. Actually, there was ideal to swing with Cecil. It's kind of dumb. Because he would be untapped in a 4/4 right now. But I mean, this guy gets flying and then ethereal armor, and we're just dead anyway. Didn't draw enough removal. We drew one piece of removal. these guys can't block anyway. It doesn't give flying to his double striker, which would have just killed us. I guess he's assuming we have some amount of removal in hand. Yeah, so Cecil being a 4/4 actually wouldn't have mattered here, and we'd be down 2 life. So this would have been a lethal swing if we had attacked with Cecil, because the first strike would just kill Cecil. We wouldn't get the lifelink. But kind of dead in the water anyway here. Just draw land. Gonna be good enough. He had no protection there. Like, some removal could have easily swung that back in our favor. If like 2 of those lands were, you know, like Bitter Triumph and something else. I don't know. Too bad. Schizo. Astral's Flame with the raid. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are doing all right. How's it going? How's it going? We just hit Mythic here earlier today. What's up, Astral? Laddering's pretty good. We hit Mythic. Just been playing Mono Black Skeletons. Been pretty fun. Hope you had a good stream. Yeah, I'm in some Teamer Warp to recover my rank after playing Elves for the achievement and tanking it. Very nice, very nice. Okay, the life here. Let's warp in the color. Teamer Warp. Is that a... I don't know if I've seen that. Turn 4 hoof with elves. However, only wins 1 out of 4 games because not enough elves. Yeah, fair, fair. Let's play this land. Just play a couple colors here. Get some life back. Frostcliff Siege to haste Quantum Riddler, Anti-Causal Vestige, and the Hell. Oh, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I have played against that kind of deck. We win here. Ramp, drop siege, warp, and win. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I played against. Are you playing like what do you call it? The boomerang to bounce your Frostcliff Siege. I don't know. I played against a teamer deck where they did that to me. They had it on the one that draws you cards. They bounced it and then played it again to the one that gives haste, and then played a bunch of Storm Chaser's Talons and destroyed me with it. Yeah, that deck seems super cool. I prefer that over playing against something like Lessons. Lessons is like I can't stand playing against Lessons, and I don't want to play that deck either. But the yeah, the Teamer Warp seems really cool. Honestly, Quantum Riddler seems like a really fun card. Lessons is a thing. Yeah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we live in a world where Granny exists, you know? I feel like I've been seeing this like Granny package where you run like Granny, you run the Ancestral Recall, you run a couple Lessons. It's brutal. Picnic Ruiner. Not a fan of the artist, talent, and monument, so I dropped in Foskif and ran. Draw for Hasty Dragons. Yeah. Yeah, artist, talent, monument. It's like, dude, I see the cards and I just, oh, it makes you just fall asleep, man. So uninteresting. Let's go with XKCKQ. Appreciate the follow. Appreciate the follow. Ooh, nice. Follower Gomet 70. Mono black chat. Yeah. Yeah, I love me some mono black, that's for sure. I think we're gonna hurt ourselves with the color so that we can get our Cecil to flip and then hold up Bitter Triumph. Gonna lurk and clean up some desk stuff. Good luck on that. I appreciate it, Astral. Appreciate the raid. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Appreciate you stopping in. Okay, so you go Slick Shot. Inside Out. I guess if he flings, we're kind of dead, but I mean, that's something that could happen anyway. I think that's an instant speed thing. We'll go for it here. That way he has to... Nice. He has to do another spell, because if he just flings here, it's 9 damage. He would need, like, a Burst Lightning or something. Burst, and then fling. I'm not even sure if the fling's instant speed. I can't remember. I think it is, but... We were at, what, 1800 rank and then just dropped. This looks pretty good. I like a turn 1 Tiny Bones. If they play like an elf or something, we can stab it and then swing with Tiny Bones and play their elf. Always fun. Plays the Pollinator, so now we get to stab the Pollinator. Swing with our Tiny Bones. And play his Pollinator. Very nice. Paw Patch. We're gonna just go ahead and kill the Paw Patch before it has any targets that it can hit, and then we're gonna get a Paw Patch. I think if we go Cecil here, yeah, okay, so we can swing for 2, and then we can take his Paw Patch. Okay, the 1. We are playing his deck now. Nice. Very nice. Tiny Bones doing it big there. 1699 rank. Okay. Ooh, it's kind of the same thing. The problem is we only have 1 land here. So if we go like Tiny Bones, we can't stab and then play the 1 mana drop. So I think we have to mulligan here. And this is pretty good. I think we don't need a Sephiroth here. Yeah, it's Sephiroth, we're running the Forsaken Miners. You show the deck you have after this one. Yeah, absolutely. Love to. Sephiroth, we're running the Forsaken Miners and the Warp guys, whatever they're called. So Sephiroth kind of just pairs super well with those. Gives a little card draw as well. Tifa comes in. With Tifa on the board, could easily die to stuff. So I think I want nowhere to run the Tifa. Get some damage in here. He kicks the Paw Patch. Play our land. I think now we'll just go ahead and play our corpses. Swing. We have to put a counter on something. This is the unfortunate part of the Saboteur. In fact, maybe it would have just been better to not swing with him in this situation. Just block with him. He does have to double block at least if he wants to stop the Saboteur. Okay. I think he didn't block the Saboteur there because we could corpses the lost back to our hand. Badger Mole into Bristly Bill into land. Ooh, Fabled Passage. Nice. Okay, so we'll take the 4 here. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna pay 3 life to kill the Bristly Bill. And then he's going to put a counter on that, and then what we're going to do is destroy a creature with no counters on it. And hope... Oh, he can sack his land, put a counter on it with the Bristly Bill, but we do still get rid of Bristly Bill here at least, and he still has to block the Cecil. Yeah, he has to block here. We'll just put a counter on the Sanctum, I guess. Unfortunately, that does mean we're dead. So I gotta quit that one. Yeah, I think I... probably could have played better there, unfortunately. But let's check out the deck. Let's see the list here. All right. Yeah, so we got a couple Cecils, obviously just a good 1-drop. Forsaken Miners, couple Tiny Bones, Stab, Tragic Trajectory for removal, Bitter Triumph for removal, and then we're also running the Skeleton package, so we've got the case of the Stash Skeleton, as well as the Corpses of the Lost. Couple Heartless Acts for removal as well, again, and then Strategic Betrayal for Graveyard Hate. Especially in best of 1, obviously, if you're running into things like Reanimator and stuff like that, you want Strategic Betrayal. Nowhere to run, there's just the one of, because it's just so good against mono white. Like, Nowhere to Run versus just kills the mono white deck. Like, all that deck relies so heavily on hexproof or ward and or ward that we're running 2 Nowhere to Runs. Just such a good card against that matchup. And that's one of our weakest matchups because they can just keep exiling with that 2-mana, whatever the hell, exiled aura. And then we've got the Cullers. Yeah, the Cullers and the Miners pair with the Sephiroth, which we're running the 3 of. These are just good sack fodder for Sephiroth. Obviously, with Forsaken Miner, you can play a Sephiroth. Like, if you have 4 mana, you can play Sephiroth for 3, sack the Miner, and then because Sephiroth targets, you're committing a crime and Miner's in your graveyard, so you can pay your last black mana to get the miner back immediately. And then just playing one Realm of Co just to hopefully get some 1/1s if we need them, as well as the Sanctuary, just kind of for the same reason. But it's also, when it becomes a creature, it can also be a skeleton, so it gets a buff from the Corpses of the Lost. Yeah. Super fun deck. It took me from, I was at Diamond 2, and I just basically played this all the way up to Mythic earlier today, so been having a lot of fun with it. Yeah, I'll be doing a YouTube video this weekend, just going over this deck. I'm gonna play it a few more times here over the course of the stream, and then probably on Saturday as well, and then I'll make a video on it on Sunday with some gameplay as well. This is a weird hand. I think I have to mulligan this hand, especially for going second. It's a little bit better. I think I just want to put the Sanctuary back, which is maybe a little weird, but we drew land anyway. Warp in the color. Sacred Foundry. Could be artifacts. Could be control. Emberheart. It's like Boros aggro. In which case we will remove the Challenger. I want to do it on our turn, because on his turn I don't want him to be able to pump it up past 3/3. There's a Tersa. And let's just go ahead and get our Corpses of the Lost down. Question is, do we attack? I think we don't for now. Hopefully, I mean, if he uses removal on it, that's fine. Next turn, we're going to be able to color plus Saboteur. Happy to block Tersa if he swings. He might have, Restoration Magic or something like that to protect Tersa, but would rather make him use it than just sit here and wait. Okay, he doesn't attack. Scary. So Slickshot Show Off is a bit terrifying. I think I like Saboteur into Saboteur, because if he wants to remove these, he's got to discard cards. And we'll leave up our 3/2 as a blocker as well. We're kind of on the defensive here. Rachel walked in and said, I literally can't breathe in here. Good lord, dude. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't want it. I don't know. I don't need that. I don't need that. I can imagine it, and I don't want to. Boros Charm our face. 3 damage. Land. Okay, so color into Sephiroth. We'll sack the color. Don't really want to attack with the saboteurs yet, but we will hit with the 3-2 now. We're not going to do that this turn. We have another Sephiroth, so we can kind of do the same thing next turn if we live. But the saboteurs are kind of stopping him from doing what he wants to do here. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess he just gets to double Boros Charm and swing at our face. Nice. Very nice. We're back to unranked Mythic. Yeah, I think maybe because the thing with Emberheart Challenger is as soon as they target, they get card advantage. So I'd rather just remove it right when I see it before they can trigger the effect. This is a pretty solid hand here. We can go minor into color into corpses. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that. Badgermole here is scary, of course. He does have it. Into Cavern, so he'll take probably the Nowhere to Run, I would imagine. Yep. Unfortunately for him, we drew really, really well. We got a Trajectory into a Nowhere to Run, so we can take care of the Badgermole problem. And swing for 4 again. He could do just dropping a Roperoid here. He drops an Unholy Annex. That seems risky. We'll just drop our Corpses of the Lost now. Swing in for 8. Land, he can make a 6/6. He plays a Bloodletter. So he's going to gain some life. We do get to just stab the elf. And then play another color here. That should be enough. Nice. Back into the ranking, 1799. Interesting hand. I think it's a mulligan. Double corpses is cool, but if they just do turn 1 elf into Badgermole, this hand kind of folds. Not a lot better, but Tiny Bones is something, I guess. Stab is really good. So here, if they do have like a 2-drop or something, we can maybe kill it. Weaver. Yeah, so we'll go stab. Can't play the Weaver, so don't get to cast it quite yet. Whoops. Fine. Just play our Miner. Plays a Badger Mole. And Breakout. Of course. Got another Weaver. He's got 2 more mana. Into a Tender Wild Guide. Gotcha. So we have to kill the Badger Mole. We're going to swing with the Miner here. He's got an Roboroid. Yep. Yeah, not much we can do about that. That's quite the crazy start to go Badger Mole into Breakout into a Roboroid. Kind of spells the end here. Let's go ahead and Corpses. Doesn't have any 1-drops in there. We're probably just attacking with Tiny Bones. You might just block with the Bramble Familiar. I guess we attack with both of these. I mean, realistically, we're not winning this game without attacking with all 3, so he could just take it and just kill us on the crackback, though. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even need to block these. I mean, it's going to be 6, 7, 8. He does another Breakout into a Badger Mole, yeah. Five, 10. Yeah, oh yeah, it's lethal for sure. Yeah, unfortunately, just not quite enough removal to deal with 2 Breakouts and a Roboroid and a Badger Mole. 2 Badger Moles. Not enough. Okay. Couple of removal spells, colors for early pressure into a corpses. It doesn't look too bad. Alright, well, guess it is bad. Would imagine he's gonna go land, Badger Mole, another Mana Dork or something. Kind of forced to deal with the Badger Mole. Assuming he has that. A Truneth. Okay. Then he gets double elves. We will go ahead and kill the Truneth since it's a problem. Unfortunately, he's got tons of Mana Dorks now. Could probably drop in a Roboroid. We didn't draw a land. Not good. Yep, there's the Roboroid. So we can not kill the Ouroboros with Heartless Act because for some reason we're running that instead of like shoot the sheriff. I think I'd rather have shoot the sheriff. Yeah, I think there's just another Ouroboros loss. I mean, we'll just hit him with this. Get rid of one of his elves. But it's not really going to change anything. No point in warping in the color here. Yeah, I think it's possible we might change out the Heartless Axe for Shoot the Sheriff. It just deals with the Roboroid a lot more cleanly. There's too many random counters that get placed in Standard right now. Just Roboroids, um, the enchantments, the mono white enchantments deck puts counters everywhere. I think I'd much rather have a Shoot the Sheriff. Oh man, this guy's draw was crazy. Elves into Druneth into double elf into a Ruboroid into Tyvar. That's just like the dream for him. The absolute dream. Play the case. But I think we're kind of just dead. We can remove the counters from a Ruboroid, but Tyvar can just activate and dead. So we remove the counters. But wait, what? Oh, we didn't. Okay, I've just never done that in Arena before. Never really used the remove counters text there. Not that it would have mattered. I had an insane draw. Not that it would have mattered. Looks alright. Ideally, we draw a third land at some point. But we'll go color, turn 1 warp, into turn 2 color, into corpses, if we get the land. Yep. Seam rip. Sure. Play our corpses. So ideally he goes like creature into the 2-mana exile thing, but he doesn't. Let's go ahead and swing for 3. If he does anything here. And then we'll just go ahead and go with the Betrayal. Okay, we can hold up our spells here. When you unlock this door, create a 1/1 enchantment creature token. Yeah, I mean, so what we'll do is Heartless Act. If he has a Shard Mage's Rescue... Okay, he doesn't. Tiny Bones is cool. I don't think it actually gets anything from its graveyard, but... has haste and +1/+0. We're presenting lethal here. Alright, nice. Nice and easy. Let's reroll this one. Attack with 45 creatures. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what you like to see. I want to do a draft here when I get enough currency. Up against a Kai McRoth. And looks pretty good. Let's play the Tiny Bones. Probably play the case next. Depending on what he does. Maybe we get Durest here. Minor. Can't block, so let's go ahead and play our case. We'll swing for 1. So hopefully next turn, if we draw a land, we can go land into... Ooh, my. Very cool. Non-creature spell. So we can take 2 from my here to get rid of her. With Tiny Bones, we'd be able to cast her next turn. It also lets Tiny Bones get in this turn, so I think that's good here. Yeah, Mai's pretty sweet. I've been thinking about trying her out. I mean, just a 2/2 with Burst Strike is pretty solid. There's a lot of potential. Yeah, definitely. Seems very cool. I like the art too. Honestly, they did great with the Avatar set. I'm not the biggest fans of Universes Beyond necessarily, but sometimes they do it pretty well. Spider-Man, not so much, but Avatar was pretty nice. We kind of needs to kill Tiny Bones here. If he doesn't kill Tiny Bones, we can swing and take his Mai. Okay, he does. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then he can get back the Minor. He really needed to do that. There's a Cecil. We're not drawing great here. Go ahead and get in for 2. We'll just play another case. Cecil's going to be a problem pretty soon. We'll sack this one. What does he do? Cornered by black mages. Okay. Ooh, pretty bad draws. Pretty bad draws here. Get in for 2. We'll play a Saboteur. Just need a land. Land for corpses would be sweet. Be quite nice. Makes a demon. Doesn't swing. Oh, it does swing with Cecil. Okay. In that case, I think we will block here. Otherwise, he just double blocks with those on our Saboteur. At least this way, Cecil, we don't have to worry about as much. Destroying at corpses isn't going to do it, though. So we'll go ahead and do this. He'll probably double block. I mean, if maybe he won't. He doesn't really need to. Because we're just dead to him swinging at us with a flyer next turn, and then getting hit by the Annex. So yeah, game's over. Unfortunately, just didn't get our 3rd land in I don't know how many turns. Quite a few. 4. Too bad. Go ahead and just end it there. Because all he has to do is activate Unholy Annex here, right? And then just swing in the air for 6. I think I do want to... Let's see. Let's try Shoot the Sheriff instead of these Heartless Acts. I think that's a little better against kind of what I've been running into lately. And then... I'm not sure how I would feel about the Saboteurs. I mean, I feel like these could just be like a couple Mai's or something. And then maybe we go up and nowhere to run or something like that. Although the non-creature stuff does hurt us if we're running Mai. Like every time we cast Case or Corpses of the Lost, we take 2 from my, or any of our removal as well. Hmm. It's like if we run into Outlaws, we still have our other removal. But our other removal against things like a Ruboroid doesn't work. Like Nowhere to Run can't kill an Aruberoid unless you specifically hold up Nowhere to Run before the attack trigger, right? Or before the attack phase trigger on a Aruberoid. So like Strategic Betrayal doesn't work, Stab doesn't work, Tragic Trajectory only kind of works if you can remove a non-land permanent from the battlefield. Whereas Shoot the Sheriff is just basically unconditional against a Aruberoid. I think it probably lines up a little bit better. Maybe we go down like 1 Saboteur and then try a Mai here. I don't even know if I have any Mai's, to be honest. I can craft one. I do have 2. Okay, cool. Let's try a Mai, maybe. Saboteurs, I mean, a 4/1 Menace is strong, but sometimes putting a counter on a creature an opponent controls actually just is bad, especially against like Paw Patch. Paw Patch, it's like it feels so bad to swing. I mean, he could be a 4/1 blocker, so that's a thing. But the Paw Patches have trample. There's a lot of things with trample or flying, so the blocking doesn't really matter anyway. I'm down to just try Mai here. And the Shoot the Sheriffs. Give that a shot. Okay, yeah, looks pretty good here. Again, gonna need that land, but don't have any 3 drops, so should be okay for a little bit at least. Scavenger. I do want to remove that. Let's hit it with the Bitter Triumph while we can. That way we can save our Nowhere to Run to try to make them waste that 1 mana holding up Shard Mage Rescue. Land would be cool. We could play... Stab is nice. So Tiny Bones, and then Stab on the Spider is nice. Get in for 2 here. Dark Confidant. And a Miner. Land is great. So let's go ahead and... I'm curious if he would even block the Tiny Bones, but at least now we get to just cast his Scavenger here for us. We get the Scavenger. So he gets a double striking Forsaken Miner. United Battlefront. Non-creature, non-land permanents. He gets sheltered by ghosts and case. That's pretty cool. That's fun. Very cool. Okay. Take 2 or 6 or whatever. Yeah, so we definitely swing here. Cecil's gonna flip. We'll play the case. Get a counter on him. Then we'll play our Tiny Bones. Seam Rip on Tiny Bones, probably. Oh, on Cecil, sure. We can block here. That gives us our Tiny Bones back. We will cast his Sheltered by Ghosts onto our Scavenger. Take his guy. Their land. Another Battlefront. Battlefront's a cool idea for a deck like this. Being able to get out multiple permanents. Double corpses. Yeah, this game. Very cool. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's a sweet deck. Probably could have played against it better. Maybe. Not really sure exactly what I could have done. Maybe taking the Battlefront Skeletons is terrifying when it hits. Yeah, definitely. I think it's a little bit slower than like mono black, like what I'm doing, but if they can stabilize, getting a United Battlefront to slam stuff is just brutal. Go ahead and play a Cecil here. Let's get rid of the elf. Alright, we'll go Miner into Case. So pretty strong start here. Hydra. Not having removal for Hydra is pretty scary. But we will just go ahead and attack. And then we'll play our Sephiroth. Hit the Miner. And then get our Miner back. Rain for 1. So like Bristly Bill. Okay, it doesn't play Bristly Bill first at least. Okay, so he can make it. I think he can make it like an 8/8. He can get a land here. It becomes a 4/4. Sack the passage. Oh no, it'll be a 16. Do get a drain there. Yeah, because then he gets a land. So we have to block with Sephiroth. Unless he has... We have to block with Sephiroth. So if he has a pump spell here, we're dead. I don't know if he does or not. Doesn't seem like it. Plays an elf. So... Because he played the elf, we're dead. Right? I didn't draw removal for Hydra, and I didn't draw removal for elf. And then we didn't draw another way to deal damage, because if we play color, We swing with everything. He blocks anything, and then we take 2 from Cecil. Cecil flips. That's not enough to stop the Hydra. Yeah, unfortunately, no way out here. That's true. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and I did something I forget to do a lot. I could sack the Case skeleton, and then this turn I could have sacked Case here, and then got removal for the Hydra or the Elf, and then just won. It's a good point. Something I got to remember with this deck. It's all right. We'll move on. Move on to the next one. Yeah, I think, I mean, even just without knowing that he was going to do all of that, I think just sacking the 2/1 skeleton would have been a better play anyway, just because then I can do that play and get the removal for the threat. Uh, no removal is kind of scary here. Yeah, he goes Pollinator. I'm sure he's got a Badger Mole. They always do. Probably should have mulliganed for removal. This is much better on the play. Ace turns on trajectory. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's pretty nice. Although I don't think trajectory even killed the Hydra at that point. He was like 16. But yeah, they've got the Badger Mole out and we've got no answer for it, so it's kind of just over. Well, there's the answer for it. But you could just drop an Aruberoid here, and then what do I do? Weaver. Not an Aruberoid. Pollinator. Maybe he's got like a Crater Hoof in hand. And he's just trying to get that as fast as he can. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be Corpses of the Lost here. We just got to swing. Next turn, we could go Miner into Case, potentially. We're not dead. One. These don't really tap for mana at the moment. It looks like maybe he got a Ruberoid. Yeah. He must have, I think he would have played it last turn if he had it, so he probably top decked it here. It's sad for us. Oh, he's going to get another Badger Mole. Get Badger Mole, and then he's got 2, 3, 4, 6 mana. So he can't. Makes a beast, huh? Yeah, not looking great. Badger Mole just doing Badger Mole things. Yeah, Redemption's cool. Well, we get a Bitter Triumph. We can discard our Miner here, and then get a little bit of value. Swing with both. I mean, if he's dropping a Greater Hoof, like keeping up a 3/2 is not going to do anything. You get any control decks in BO1 or is it all aggro? I have definitely gone up against control decks. I think for control, the thing I've gone up against most is either Azorius control or 4-color control, which this deck actually does pretty well against. Don't want to bring corpses back. But you could go get another Badger. Yep. Yeah, Huntsman's a cool addition in that Gruul deck. I've played a lot of the Gruul deck, but the being able to sack a creature to tutor is pretty sweet. And then giving things trample. Kind of terrifying. He's got 2, 4, 6, 8 mana here. You can Nature's Rhythm for an Aeroboroid. He wants. But yeah, there is a lot of aggro in best of one. Aggro and combo. Control's probably a lot lower on the list just because there is no sideboarding, and control obviously does a lot better when it can sideboard. He's got the Aruberoid, and Strategic Betrayal's a little too late. Just a turn too late to be able to hit that rhythm. Yeah, we're kind of just dead, huh? Even if we should have more trajectories and everyone's playing these tiny creatures. Yeah. The problem is I've also run into the issue of, I draw a bunch of removal and then I'm playing against a deck with no creatures. Also having an issue not being able to draw lands when I need them, but the way it goes. The only real thing to do is just play another corpses. He has to block over your other removal. Sure. Like, I mean, Strategic Betrayal feels necessary to hit graveyard decks. And maybe Bitter Triumph you don't need, but then again, it's like it's the only real Planeswalker removal as well. Maybe instead of Stab, I just run 2 more trajectories. But Stab's also good against the little creatures. Yeah, I mean, we're dead next turns, doesn't matter. Move on. Have to be overshoot the sheriff. Yeah, and then you run into the issue of like, okay, well, if they're going, if they're on the play and they play turn 1 elf, and then you shoot the elf, and then they play turn 2 badger mole, I just used my little removal, and then if they get an Aruberoid out and all I have is trajectories, it doesn't hit the Aruberoid very easily. Whereas Sheriff just kills it outright, right? I think maybe instead of the Saboteurs, I could just run a little bit more removal. Saboteurs has been particularly disappointing, I guess is the word. Doesn't feel great. Like, especially against a deck like that we were just playing. It's like, I'd rather just go up like a stab and a trajectory. Maybe that helps against the little creature stuff that's going on. Yeah, the thing I like about Tiny Bones is that at his floor, he's a 1-mana 1/1 blocker that they have to spend a card on if they want to get past him, right? Like, the fact that he has Death Touch means that it's a lot harder for them to actually attack in. And he's really, 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 really good on the play like this because you can just turn one Tiny Bones. If they play something, okay, they play a Seam Rip, which is fine. Like a Seam Rip on a Tiny Bones, it's like, sure. And then we can just color. Oh, this is the Battlefront deck, it looks like. I think we just do this, and we actually just Sephiroth here. Nice. Yeah, Sheltered by Ghosts is fine. Assuming they don't have a Shard Mage's Rescue, we could go for the stab on it, but I think Nowhere to Run's going to be better. Get our Sephiroth back. Probably should have just played the color first, and we could have got value off the Sephiroth there. Yeah, color first there. We still even get to play the color because we ended up with an extra mana. Go ahead and just stab the thing. So he has a case solved. But we're gonna go corpses into color. Gonna sack the color. We miss out on 1 damage here, but I think it's worth it for the card. And then we can take the corpses back. Just do the same thing next turn. So he goes Battlefront. Doesn't get what he needs. Very nice. I guess the downside to the Battlefront deck is you're really just relying super hard on Battlefront hitting. And if it doesn't, you know. Cool deck, though. I really like the idea of that deck. Okay. Not having turn 1 removal is a little sketchy. But the curve is good. Give it a shot here. Talent. Looks like we're playing Demir. Group Isolation. Just go ahead and know where to run the Fear. And for 2. Gonna know where to run our Miner, really? Interesting. I don't like using the Bitter Triumph because if they have a Kaito, I don't really have a way to remove it other than Creature Beats, and they are also running removal. So I think Corpses of the Lost here is pretty good. Lets us still apply some pressure. The rest of our skeletons will have haste, so when we get our Forsaken Miner back with Bitter Triumph, we'll have haste. Could also get it back with Sephiroth. double bounce. Nowhere to run. Kill our skeleton. Is for 6. It's a big swing. Sanctuary's good. So let's just go ahead and finally Bitter Triumph here. Let's discard our color. Pay for that. We'll take the 2 damage from the color and just swing for 5. Do I want to return the corpses? Not at the moment. Maybe next turn? Potentially. Stock up. That's why adding blue is good in this. You get to play shit like Stock Up and Storm Chaser's Talent. All the fucking bounce spells. Bounce spells with Corpse of the Lost is kind of cool. Double Storm Chaser. Swings for 4. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we're just doing a Sephiroth here. Gonna get back our Miner. Swing. Not gonna return that. It's pretty likely they have lethal, yeah, and that's lethal. Unfortunately, no removal, just drew lands for the last 2 draws, so couldn't keep up with the otters. Couldn't keep up with the otters. Good amount of removal. Have a Miner to hit. Corpses. Hopefully for turn 3. Graveyard hate. Creature hate. Hopefully that works. Might just get batted here. Looks like this deck again. We'll just go ahead and kill the Scavenger now. Ooh, we got the land. Very nice. And for 6. Scavenger. Nice, we can kill both of those. Do we... I don't think he cares about his graveyard too much. Probably better to use this sorcery now, though. I guess they're both sorceries. But we basically have him dead. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I mean, that was we had a stab and we had a trajectory, so it's possible that adding in and removing the saboteurs actually paid off big time there, because the saboteurs would have been really, really bad in that situation, whereas the removal let us get through. Looks pretty good. Swing and hold up our nowhere to run. slash stab. Okay. Like Esper, maybe Esper bounce. Plays a split up. Sure. I don't really want to play Sephiroth into nothing. We'll just keep holding up the removal. Demolition Field on Realm of Ko, sure. So we can warp the color, play Sephiroth, sack the color, then warp the color back from the graveyard, get in for 2. Board wipe for Sephiroth. Play the color. Get in for 2. This being a situation where the stabs feel pretty bad. Yep. Those a lot of colors. Yeah, our health doesn't really matter against this deck. So we'll just play all these. But probably pretty likely that he just goes River Churn Monument and mills our library here. But not much we can do about that. Yep. Somehow they always have it. I don't think there's a way for me to do 3 damage at instant speed. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Taking out Saboteur summon the control player. Yeah, you're telling me. Holy. Yeah, maybe another Saboteur there would have got him. There's a Mai. That's cool. Oh. Another creature deck. We don't have any of our removal. Here's the Badger. Yeah, in best of 3, you really just don't see this much Badger. It's interesting. We're just going to discard our Miner here. For 2. Sure he has an Aruberoid in hand, because, of course, they always do. Yep. Corpses, but it doesn't matter. We are dead anyway. Yeah. I don't know, do I just mulligan for removal in hand and just assume I'm going against a creature deck, considering control's probably like 30 to 40% of the playing field, maybe even less? Maybe even less. really have a stab. Woodfell Caves. It's a 4-color control, maybe? It's nice. Get our corpses here. Get lost on the corpses. Still get in for 2. Oh, it's this stack. I see, I see. Gonna make a token. Well, we can kill both of those things. Question is, do we map? Right at the land? I don't think so. Let's get in for 4. Cool. That's not a problem. Still get to play a corpses. Another get lost. Or the 4-mana one. Pinnacle Star Cage, okay. Second Star Cage. Let's go ahead and activate this. That's gonna let us grab a land. Do this, and we can play Cecil. And then we can put the corpses back in our hand. Seam Rip on the Cecil. Act. Go ahead and play our corpses. Deal 4 damage. We kill our own thing so that he doesn't gain 4 life. I mean, I don't think he's playing anything that we can do with Bitter Triumph. I'm down to just pay the life, kill this. Stop him from gaining 4. Okay. I guess this deck doesn't do very well against enchantments. And drawing a little dead here. Cards put into graveyard from anywhere. I mean, we should probably just play out our hand, I think. Kill a bat. Just play the Sephiroth. Draw 2. Sure, he'll give us the Demonic Pact when it's the perfect time. Gives us the Greed's Gambit. Another Demonic Pact, and of course, we just draw a land. Not sure if there's anything I could have done better there, to be honest. Kind of just had the nut draw. Had 2 Iros, 2 Demonic Pacts, Greed's Gambit. So just held up the removal. I get my concern about holding up the removal was that, well, because he's running Iro, but he's also running the sorcery where he can just give something to you. So if he just gives me Greed's Gambit, then I have to discard a card at the end of my turn anyway. So I figured I might as well just play out both, but I don't know, it's hard to say. I guess Greed's Gambit makes me sacrifice the creature anyway, so. Okay. Survivor. I think here I just want to play the case. I don't think I'm going to attack. The Nowhere to Runs are really, really good against this matchup. What is this? Okay, well, we can kill his Survivor and play it for our own. Ours now. Okay. They didn't have extra forward abilities. Oh, those creatures don't trigger. So I want to kill the Scavenger. We'll just attack with everything. That's fine. We'll just exile the Aerialist. Another Aerialist. Sheltered by Ghosts. That's actually great for us. We have a second Nowhere to Run, so he's going to be pretty sad about that. I guess Strategic Betrayal maybe would have been better there, but I suppose it doesn't matter too much. Take the Scavenger, I guess. Seam Rip. Survivor. Okay. Can't get rid of Seamrip anyway, not that we'd want to, because it would come into play on his battlefield, but we'll play our corpses. Get in for 6 here, hopefully. And he's not looking good. Nice. Our draws lined up super well against his deck with the nowhere to runs. Very nice. Looks like a decent hand. We'll swing for 1. Cast the case here. Sure, it'll get nowhere or no more lies. It doesn't. You holding up the star charts, or he just didn't want to know more lies that? Go ahead and I think we'll just get in for 3. Let's play a Mai. See if we can bait out a counterspell with that. Maybe we're just playing into a board wipe here. Takes 2. Looks like no board wipe probably then. Unless he drew one. Up. Well, corpses is in the clear now. We can map our miner here. Land. Went for 6. Solved our case. There's an Azorius control deck. Azorius control deck is not quite as bad as Dimir, usually. Let's activate our case here. Maybe we just grab... Got a corpses out, so if we grab like just a Forsaken Miner that's presenting lethal, or maybe it'd just be better to grab another case. Grand should be a skeleton. That would honestly, you know, I'm kind of down for that. We've got to remove something here. So it removes our skeleton. That means we're going to be active on... So 2 Corpses of the Lost. I think I do want to put it back in my hand because we can just corpses, and then, like, what does he do? Grand should be a skeleton. God, I wish. Yeah, take that, control player. Take that. Man, I feel so much less, like, stress playing this game now that I've hit Mythic. Like trying to hit Mythic was just so brutal. I've not heard of this list. Looks cool. Yeah, yeah. It's I just saw it. I saw a YouTuber post this kind of skeleton list. I've modified it slightly. Um but yeah, it took me from Diamond 2 up to Mythic. It's just really fast, really good against other aggro decks. Control decks have a hard time keeping up with it. I think its hardest matchup is probably Badger Mole decks. Badger Mole decks that seem to always start with Llanowar Elves into Badger Mole into Ouroboros somehow. Congrats on Mythic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My first time Mythic. Feels good. Okay. This might be Mono Black Ugin. Oh. Maybe not. Well, this is where going second feels terrible. Not to mention the severe lack of land. Step aside, Seth Manfield. That's right. It's goddamn right. And a tiny bones. Yeesh. Ah! Is it GG? I think it is, right? I guess technically it's not. We can corpses and then block his 4/2s. I can't tell you how often this happens to me, man. There's 2 Soulstone Sanctuaries in the deck, and we just draw them both. Just draw them both. These could just be swamped. I'd be happy. Like, I could remove his whole board if these were swamps. Holy shit. Yeah, we're dead. Arena Shuffler wants to make sure you hit your sweet utility lands. I already had one. I didn't need another one. I didn't need it. Oh my god. Oh. Absolutely did not need it. Whee. Mm. Okay. On cue time. Okay, that was a fake game. One lander. Well, thank you. Guess this. Artifacts. Can't wait to get what's the thing? The 3 mana exile ship. Exciting. Can't wait for that. I think I'll do this. And then we'll just Sephiroth. At least that way, if he does his thing, we have a little bit of card advantage. It doesn't hit Sephiroth. He has to do something else for Sephiroth. Run. But I don't think this is a very good matchup for us. Pinnacle Authority. Okay. Get our miner back. Get our miner back again. Snare on Sephiroth. And a 4/4. Build a 4/4. Corpses. 3. Murata. Interesting. Actual Satan. Yeah. No. Yeah, it is. It is. We'll pay the 3 life for this. Stab here. How is console in standard? Yeah. It came out, it was I don't know what set that is. It looks like some kind of Kaladesh thing. I don't remember. Kaladesh Remastered or something like that. Takes the miner, makes 2 guys. Foundations, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so that means it's in standard forever. Like it's for a long time. Of course, we just draw another land. Don't really want to sit there and draw lands, to be honest. I mean, that's just a brutal matchup for pretty much any creature-based deck. Not to mention one that basically has 0 way to deal with artifacts. Elf. Let's get rid of the elf. Stab the elf. Just 3 elves? Jesus. Jesus. Kill the elf. We'll hit there, and then we'll Sephiroth the color. Draw another Sephiroth. Ideally, he goes like land Ruberoid. That would be sick. Just shoot it. 1/1 Mockingbird. Let's go color. And case. We're just gonna sack the skeleton. Sephiroth Color Miner's gold package. Yeah, this is basically like Sephiroth Color Miner, and then you also run like the skeleton package with case Corpses of the Lost and Tiny Bones. He's at 7 life. So if we shoot the Badger Mole, goes to 6. And then we play Corpses. Swing for 6. Do not sack. Go dead. Oh, that matchup feels a lot better now that I've added more removal. Holy. Oh, there's a hole in my chair. Great. Great. Honestly, Sephiroth with Miner is like one of my favorite interactions. Just sack the Miner and immediately get it back. Feels so good. Red. Emberheart. A shock that he can't cast. Let's get rid of Emberheart. That's a crazy combo. I think it's 5 mana. Jeez. That's just game, huh? Damn. Guess I should have held up removal. Like, good lord. I don't imagine that happens very often for him. I feel like that requires a lot to go right for him. That's crazy. BO1, yeah, you do not see that in BO3 for sure. Okay. Is this, I guess? Sanctuary feeling kind of sad here. Would like a third land. Corpses on turn 3 would be awesome. That's some teamer shit. It's gonna get countered. No. Here comes Sanctuary 2. Enduring Vitality, okay. He's playing Teamer Combo. I want to hold up the stab, just in case. Because playing Tiny Bones there, he would have had... He'd be at 1. But we can Tiny Bones him next turn. I'd rather hold up the stab just in case he can combo. He needs like Badger Mole plus Blood Caller. Plus Totentons. 3 Totentons, so that's 3 mana. Blood Caller. So he has the combo set up, but it's too late for him. Yeah. He almost had it. That was really close. Yeah, I don't think he knew he was like 1 mana off if he had some kind of thing. But even then, he would have cast it, and then in response to the Flood Caller trigger, I just stabbed the thing and skeletons. Yeah, dude. Skeletons got me there, man. Got me to Mythic. We're in it. Good hand. I like the R on stab. I think that's cool. Let's go Miner. Played Tapped Mountain. Oh, is this enchantments? Looks like it. Land would be incredible. Milled 2 torches. That's pretty good for us. Little stabby stab. Play a miner. So next turn he can, what's her name? Yuna? Okay. Well, he's on the back foot. He's probably just going to Yuna grab Overlord. Oh, Ultima. Sure. Could be worse. We'll just play another Corpses. Put him to 1. That way Sephiroth just kills. We can color as well. There's Yuna. The Yuna's going to grab Overlord and do 4 damage, healing her for 4. Or healing him for 4. I think we have to go activate, grab a land. And then we can trajectory the Yuna. Lets us get back a miner. Can't really attack with it, but we can put one of these back in our hand. Next turn we can warp color plus corpses. Okay, he just gets back a land. You can Overlord attack, kill the miner, but that's whatever. Another insight. Got another Yuna. He has to take Yuna and hope that he lives one more turn here. Does gain 2 life. It's pretty good for him. We'll shoot the miner. Well, we get to play miner. Play another corpses. And for 8. It's got a helix. Get lost, sure. We will put one back. Fortunately, a 5th land here would go a long way, but Yuna grabbing what, Iceberg? Oh, it just makes him gain life. Yeah, in that case, it's probably over. Just didn't get removal for Overlord either. That would have been nice. He gets to Iceberg. This Corpses of the Lost, I guess. Yeah, our draw just didn't match up well here. I think that's game though. I'm down to call it there. Dang. We have Graveyard Hate, just didn't draw that. Could have gone any removal spell. Would have done it. Graveyard Hate would have done it. Probably just another land would have done it. Like there was a lot of things we could draw that won us that game, and we didn't get any of them. I actually think 2 aces or 2 whatever the 3 mana one is pretty bad. One goes first, so we'll keep the removal. Color plus Sephiroth is cool. One at mulligans. Cool, we get to kill the elf. Get to kill the Badger Mole. So now we can color, warp, do 2 damage, plus case. He just drops a Ruberoid here. We're still pretty fine. We have Bitter Triumph. Do Bitter Triumph plus color next turn. Sleep Bill. There's a Bossing Say, which is pretty scary. Maybe we get to kill Bristly Bill. Oh, I guess we're killing the Hydra. Let's just discard a card. We'll discard the color. And then we'll play this color. Swing for 2. That was a firework outside. Good lord. And you can Bossing Say a land. Yeah, he's pretty set up here. I'm super down to just block a 2/2 for sure. Yeah, not much I can really do about that. Stab. Doesn't do too much. Yeah, dude, this Earthbender Ascension in general is fucking crazy. What do we do? What do we do? He's got 9 damage on board, plus he can go up to 11. So casting a color is maybe death. I don't really have a choice though. I suppose I could just swing for 2, Sephiroth, see what we draw. Sack the skeleton. A land. Just play the colors as blockers, I guess. Maybe I should have just played 1. Oh wait, they're just gonna get exiled. Why did I think that they wouldn't? Good lord. I just threw that so bad. I just did 4 damage to myself for nothing. And I think I just die, right? Because yeah, I just fully misplayed. I was like, yeah, I'll just play them as blockers. Stupid. So stupid. Big dumb. Where's my stifle? Stifle myself. God, why does... I don't mind seeing Soulstone Sanctuary, but it's just like, I get so many times where I get 1 swamp and a Sanctuary, and it's like, okay, but can I just have maybe like get rid of one of these and just give me another swamp or something? Like, ugh. Cecil. Gotta play to your outs. Yeah. Oh, he's playing dinosaurs? Okay. Well, another swamp would be appreciated. Takes 3. We got the swamp. Play a Mai, I guess. We could get in for 2 as well. Tossing Say. Fucking land is crazy. Just a single Aruberoid. Alright, alright. I see you. I see you. Get out of here. Badger Mole. Badgermole wouldn't be that bad if he didn't Earthbend 1. Wow, he just took so much damage there. So if we go Sephiroth, warp in the color, it's in a pretty rough spot. Last card needs to be really good. 2 cards, I guess. Vivian Reed.
Life can thrive here. Life is tenacious,
I
isn't it?
think he's just dead, right? Yeah. So we can go color. We can go minor. We can swing with both of these. We can sack the minor. And now he can't block both. Get out of here, Badgermole. Piece of shit. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Close the closet. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, this is a nice hand. This is really nice. Ristic Tistic. Nice. Cecil turn 1. Ace turn 2. Corpses turn 3 if things work out how we want them to. There's some more removal, which is always good. Let's go with the case. What is this? The hell is this? I'll pay 3 life, sure. Aaliyah. Get the Aaliyah trigger. Interesting. It's probably a return. Does it return the past or whatever it's called? If we go corpses, we're doing 6, 8 damage to him. I think I want to do color, kill this thing, swing, and then that'll flip Cecil. Him doing just like a return the past doesn't do too much here, just getting Amalia and Cleric, yeah. Is return the past still in standard? I feel like it's gotta be. I don't think it rotated out. Like that deck used to be all over the place, and I barely ever see it anymore. I guess all the graveyard hate people are running from the because of the lessons deck and Sultai Reanimator and stuff like that. Pretty good hands. I'm one color. Turn 2, we got the case. Turn 3, we got corpses, and we got our 3 lands. Can't ask for more than that. Cannot ask for more than that. Alright, but if he does a Badger Mole, I mean, you gotta get rid of the fucking Pollinator. Land, Badger Mole, kill Badger Mole. Same old song and tune here. Same old song and dance. Another Badger Mole. Insidious Roots. Okay. Well, I don't want a strategic betrayal anymore. Let's just go ahead and play our corpses out. Start swinging. He can use his Molt Tender to activate Roots 1 time. Which he should. That's another Badger Mole. So Badger Mole into a Ruberoid. Molt Tender to activate Roots pumped with the Ruberoid. That would be pretty sick. Scavenging use, okay. Doesn't swing. Got like 4 mana. He can also pump his plants. Hmm. You can pump Scavenging Use to be a 3/3. Bit of a weird spot here. I think we probably just Betrayal now because it's happening anyway, and at least this way we can kill one of his creatures. I'd rather, like, him only get the 1 trigger off of the Insidious Roots from the Strategic Betrayal. Because he could just, like, do this. Mills a Roperoid. Okay, I mean, that's funny. And he'll just get rid of one of his tokens. Yeah, he got a really good start for that deck. I actually played that Insidious Roots deck a number of times, and the start that he has here happened maybe like 20 to 15 to 20% of the time at best. Can't attack. We'll go ahead and just block the 2/3. Mills Treasure's Insight. Okay. Their case. I'm not really wanting to play out our graveyard creatures while there's a Scavenging Ooze out. I don't think I will. Got a double block. Doesn't double block. Maybe we play out the miner. That way if we draw a land, we can Sephiroth and get the miner back. But I mean, he just can hold up the green mana for the skews. We really need to get removal for the skews, to be honest. This doesn't matter at all. Big attack. Nothing I can really do about it. Stab. Well, we can stab the Badger Mole. Fortunately, he will be able to scoos with that. Yeah, it's like removing his creatures is just so bad. I'll just like he can get rid of his Badger Mole with his scoos. His scoos goes to 5 and he gets a 1/2. I think we're kind of just dead. I guess as long as we can block the skews, maybe we're okay, but... Gonna mill a card. Mills a second Badger Mole. So now we can double skews, and I think that's the game, right? Because then it's going to be a 2/3 and a 1/2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, he can get he can do 3 of them. Yeah. Skews just ruined us there. Didn't get any removal for it. Stab didn't quite work. Didn't quite work. Didn't quite work. Bunch of removal and a Mai. That sounds like a fucking terrible strategy. Okay. Basically the same hand. It's like... Sure. Want to start hitting? Sure. Trying to land there is not the best. So if we go to attack, let's play a Mai. Good game. He didn't draw land. Hey, it didn't happen to us for once. Hey, look at that. Finally happened to somebody else. Holy. My God, man. I want to keep this hand. The problem is that the 2 lands is just... It's not enough. I don't think this is gonna do it either. Play a Tiny Bones. Giada. That's cool. That Giada's ours now. Grab the Momo. It's my Momo. Sure, we'll just get our other Tiny Bones there. Nowhere to run. Yeah, let's attack with everything, and then nowhere to run would kill if he blocks anywhere. Yeah. Blocks there. Let's just play our other Tiny Bones. And he's pretty quickly going to get out of Nowhere to Run range. Maybe we should have used Nowhere to Run on Giada to at least stop the big counter stuff from going on. Yeah. I can take 5 here. Let's go Nowhere to Run on the Overseer, I guess. Grab the Inquisitor. Not looking great for us, though. Exemplar number 2 means we're probably dead. Quite likely. Quite likely. Well, we can go out on our own terms. Boom. Maybe if I remove Giada there, their creatures aren't as big and it's not quite as scary, but I mean, that guy had nut draw. I had, what, 3 Giadas? 2 or 3 Giadas plus a Momo into double Exemplar. Kind of crazy. Sure. Go with the color here. Go with the case. We'll just cast the Exile color, make him no more lies. It's fine. Get in for 2. I guess we could have done another color there. Probably worth demo field. Here goes our Sanctuary. And we'll do this. That way, if you know more lies, we can still pay the 3. Do No More Lies down. Now we can pay the 3 off the color cast here. Maybe could have played Sanctuary there because then it kind of forces him to use his demo field. Where he's kind of facing down pressure. We could play Sanctuary next turn and kind of force him to use it. Ride's End. Let's stab our own color. We're never gonna use the stab on anything. I mean, we use a No More Lies on a fucking stab that was targeting our own color. Like, yeah, that's fine with me. Get in for 2. So we might as well play a Tiny Bones. So now he kind of has to hold up a demo field, meaning he only really has 3 mana here. Authority. Authority doesn't stop what's currently going on. There's Sanctuary again, so he kind of has to demo field again. Yep. And he's dead on board. He needs like a board wipe or something. They have Judgment, sure. We might as well get rid of his graveyard. It's not like he needs it, but we solve our case. Stab is pretty bad. I mean, I'm sure he's just holding up a counterspell. In which case, color's probably the best thing here because we can warp in the color. Oh wait, that's right. He's got consoles out. Of course, yes. Just forgetting what's on the board right in front of me. It's probably game. I think at this point, having stab and shoot the sheriff be as useless as they are means that I just kind of lose. Stab. Shoot. Play my. And the color. I mean, he can just downtick Elspeth to kill my. Ultima, sure. Yeah, at this point, control pretty much takes over. Yeah. It's, he didn't even activate his Elspeth.
I welcome all allies.
Stab. Yeah, down to quit that one. Not gonna win there. I think we could change. I'm playing white. If Yeah, like intimidation tactics could be good. I mean, wouldn't be good against control. Duress would be good against control. Is there a world where we play some number of duress? Like, I don't hate it. Just go down my and like a single stab for like 2 duress. Give it a try. Maybe that helps our control matchup a little bit. My being a really cool card, but not really doing enough as a one of. Okay. Third land for corpses is sick. Vine Lasher. Land. Not too worried about that. Play our corpses here. Second Vine Lasher, land, ping ping. What do we exile? Doesn't matter, I guess. Doesn't matter, I guess. Nice, a duress. Doesn't look too bad. Could be artifacts. Ooh. Okay. So we know about the Pinnacle, River Churn. Maybe we just get rid of the stock up. I don't know how many River Churns they actually run. I know at least 2. But stock up makes him hitting his lands a lot less likely. Like, he gets to play his River Churn on turn 2. I guess if we take River Churn, then he's hoping for a third land drop to hit stock up. But he's a control deck, so him hitting land drops is really likely. I think maybe the stock up is what we take. Try it. It's just having a River Churn out's fine. Play our case here. He did his land and drew another stock up. Like, oh man. Um, go color. Down to play the Tiny Bones. I don't mind too much if Tiny Bones gets removed. It's not like he's got permanents in his graveyard to even be able to use. We'll just color, get in for our 2 damage. He's got Tiny Bones. Man, the top decks for this guy were crazy. He had just these 2 cards in his hand, top deck to stock up, top deck to 3rd land, and then drew another stock up to be able to play it after I discarded a stock up from his hand with this duress. Insane. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. Got rid of his own river churn at least. We do get to solve our case here. I don't know what we go get, but probably just a Corpses of the Loss, I guess. I'm sure he's got a counterspell or something, but it's kind of our best bet. Yeah, crazy draws from this guy. Damn. Discarded a stock up. All that was in his hand was 2 board wipes and 2 lands. And then he drew land into stock up. Pretty insane. Pretty insane, if you ask me. All right. Probably Day of Judgment here, I would imagine. Unless he has a better in his hand. It seems like he may. Kind of want him to mill me out at this point. So he's gonna make what, like 3 of these? Okay. Triple blocks. Okay, just gonna do that again, I guess. Which, if he does, is great for us. I think we actually win if he does that. If we do this and all he does is make a 2/2, then we're in a good spot, but nice. If he does this, makes a 2/2, and then we get to kill it. Let's go. Very nice. That was some fucking navigation around a guy who was playing control and drew like a madman. Holy. Okay. I don't love this hand. This Swamp Soulstone Sanctuary thing that keeps happening makes me kind of sick in my stomach. This is better. I think we take the Sephiroth out for now. Maybe we should have taken out Tiny Bones. But looks like he might be okay here. It's a green deck. They run permanents. Baloth. Got no blocks. Let's just stab. And get in with the color and Tiny Bones. Yeah, to cast that. Keeper's Talent onto an empty board. Nice. Happy with that. I will gladly take your Baloth from the graveyard, sir. Okay, so we'll get Ward 1. So if we draw a land, we're good. Land is great. Amazing. Couldn't be better. So if we get another land, then we get our own Ouroboros, potentially. Okay, we get to kill this as well. Discard the color. Pay 1. And we put 2 counters on there. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to just swing, and if he gives me my own Ouroboros, then take it. Blocks. So maybe we just grab the Baloth back, and then that lets us stab through the Ward 1. Indestructible Ooze. Well, I think he might be dead. Very nice. Very nice. All right, that is about time for me. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I really appreciate you all coming in for and watching, hanging out. It's been super fun. Really glad to have you all here. Again, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you. Really, seriously, thank you guys for coming in. I'm going to spam my YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to hop in there, take a look. I've got a couple videos on some decks I've played in the past. I've also got a video that I'm going to come out with this weekend on the Skeletons deck I was just playing, the one that got me to Mythic. Yeah, so That should be coming out probably on Sunday, so keep an eye out for that. Feel free to hop in there. If YouTube's not your thing, that's fine too. I also stream on YouTube as well. Again, thanks you guys for hanging out. I'm gonna go. YouTube videos are the best. I rewatch them before bed. Thank you so much. Yeah, fun hanging out. Hope to see you guys. I stream every day, every weekday from 4 to 8 p.m. So hope to see you guys back. Have a great rest of the night and happy holidays. And